UFC 281, Adesanya versus Pereira takes place this weekend, and I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detailed predictions, starting with the early prelim opener of Carlos Ulberg. Well, say that again. I got my Carlos, I said Carlos weirdly there, so let's restart it. Carlos Ulberg versus Nikolai Negumereanu. I'm going to be going for Nikolai Negumereanu here to open up the card. I think he's an underdog as well in this one, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, Tapology hasn't put the odds out, but he's a favorite according to the predictions. I mean, there might be other sites, but I don't want to open them right now. But I feel like Nikolai is an underdog here. Most people are picking him, but yeah. There's something about Ulberg, man. There's something about him where he's good, but he's open here and there. Like he has a hole in his game. Like, yeah, he looked good against Tafon and Chukwi, but that's more of a Chukwi having no chin. And maybe the power of Ulberg's there, but I think Nikolai Negumereanu is tough as hell. I think he's freaking tough and rough. I think he's very good, Nikolai Negumereanu. And Carlos Ulberg competition, Tafon and Chukwi's good, but he ain't great, you know? He ain't great. And Fabio Sharani lost doing that. There's a Chukwu fight. Say improvements. Improvements are real. He might have improved since then. Yeah, he looked good in that fight against Ninja Chukwu, and he kind of gassed out going for a finish. But I just don't like that mindset. I just don't trust him. He's been more patient. I just think Negumereanu has more tools. He's tough. He has power back and forth. So I think this is going to be a tough night for Ulberg, and I'm going to go for Nikolai Negumereanu winning this. I don't know by what yet, but I'll say KO. I'll say close decision or KO. He beat Nizhachukwu. He arguably lost, but he beat Villanueva. Beat that last one against Ihor Potieria is a one to remember. That was a beatdown. I'm going Nikolai Negumereanu. I think Nikolai Negumereanu wins this one. Yeah, moving on up the card. Julio Arce versus Montel Jackson. I'm going to be taking Montel Jackson, but it's worrying. I don't know where he's been. I mean, where has Montel Jackson been? Why is he... Where did he suffer? Did he suffer, a broken leg or something? And snapped it in training camp or something? Dude's been gone for so long. He beat JP Bays, beat Jesse Strader. Why take a whole year off? I understand if you're coming off a brutal, vicious KO loss, or you have an injury, but just tell us if you have an injury then. You know, you were supposed to fight Dana Baccarel twice. Instead, he fought Jesse Strader. Got a good win, but it's Jesse Strader, and he took JP Bays to a close decision. It's a risky one, and he did lose to Brett Johns, but these guys kind of grappled with them, and I don't think Julio Arce has the best of grappling, per se. I mean, he usually is a striker. Beat Andre Yule, beat Daniel Santos, and we just seen Santos is looking good recently. He just beat John Castaneda. And Song Yadong, no shame in losing to him. No shame in losing to Song Yadong. Lasted till the second round against Song Yadong. No shame in that. But it's a tough one, but I'm going to go Jackson. Winning a close decision. You see Arce has these tough fights against Hakeem Dawodu. Struggles with range here and there. You know. And Shaman Rice beat him. And yeah, I think both of those fights were in MSG. So this one is as well. So that's not why I'm picking Jackson. But I think Jackson will just edge out a close decision win here. I'm going to go Montel Jackson winning this one. I think he gets it done. Yeah. 30 to 33 years old. Yeah, almost a 6-inch reach advantage to work with. You gotta go Jackson. Yeah, moving on up the card. Mike Trizano versus Sungwoo Choi. I'm gonna be taking Sungwoo Choi here over Mike Trizano. Yeah, I just don't like the look when he's getting put out by Lucas Almeida. Not a good look at all. That's just not a good look. I understand Lucas Almeida's good, but if you're getting put down like that in round 3, and I understand that was a war back and forth, you got put down in round 3, things happen. But Sungwoo Choi, I think, can do that as well. even though he lost to Joshua Kalibau, what did we learn from that fight? Kalibau's a savage. Alright? Kalibau's a savage. But also, Sung-Woo Choi, people think he got destroyed in that fight. Yeah, he didn't look the best, and yeah, he got beat up. He still made that, right? Like, he still came back and threw some shots. Like, he looked good. And against Caceres, we kind of know Caceres is good now as well. But he also rocked Caceres, and I just think if he puts down Trezano, I don't think Trezano will get back up. And we'll see if he even gets put down. Will he be out? Be snoozing on the canvas? Like, he put away Arosa, who's looking really good. You know? He put away Julian Arosa. I think he gets this one done. I don't think Trezano he can scrapple from on the feet, so I think he has to grapple. And he lost to Grant Dawson by grappling. And he beat Ludovic Klein. Fair play. But that was a stand-up fight. And Klein didn't have much for him, but I think Sung-Woo Choi has a longer reach than Klein as well. I think he has a 72-inch reach. Come on, prove me right. 74-inch reach. Basically a 2.5-inch reach advantage to work with for Sung-Woo Choi. If he loses this, I'm never picking him ever again, but I'm going to trust Sung-Woo Choi Sting one more time to win this one. He's 30 years old. I'm picking him to win. I think Trezano is younger. Both 30. Okay. But I'm gonna take Sung-Woo Choi. Moving on up the card. Karolina Kowalkiewicz versus Silvana Gomez-Suarez. Or Silvana Gomez-Suarez. I'm gonna go for Silvana Gomez-Suarez here. KO first round over Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Yeah, Kowalkiewicz, like she's good, but Felice Herrig isn't good. That's just the conversation. She's good for beating Felice Herrig, but then you look at Felice Herrig's complete utter dog shit, maybe. But you look at the losing streak, like Jessica Penne. Like if you look at it first, like Jessica Andrade got put out round 1 by Jessica Andrade. Michelle Waterson, Alexa Grasso, Yan Jianan, Jessica Penne. You know? She could get this to the ground, but I think Silvana Gomez-Suarez has been on a roll recently. She's 37, which isn't good. But then again, I mean, who cares? She might be a champ at 50. Who knows? But she did lose to Demopoulos, who isn't great, but she's good. Like, she put away Na Liang. She put her away. If she can do that to her, I think she can do it to Karolina Kowalkiewicz. Yeah. And I think Demopoulos is smarter than Kowalkiewicz. That's why she got the armbar. I think Silvana Gomez-Suarez kind of was over-aggressive in that fight. If I'm honest with you. She was just over-aggressive. And I think she kind of went for it a bit too much. But yeah, Andrade puts you out. I'm gonna go Silvana Gomez-Suarez, putting you out as well. I think most people are picking Silvana Gomez-Suarez to win that one. Yeah, I don't get how. And Karolina Kowalkiewicz just took in way more damage, and she's also 37. And yeah, reach advantage on her side, but I'm gonna go Silvana. Moving on up the card, Ottman Azaitar versus Matt Frevola. Honestly, I'm going to go with Zaitar. Catching him. But Matt Frevola has a decent chance here. He's a dog. He's an underdog here. I know a lot of people are going to pick a Zaitar because he's a big name. Like, yeah, 87%, 13%. And Frevola has been put out badly by guys. I just can't trust Frevola, man. Like, yeah, he put away Gennaro Valdez, but I think that was his debut. I think he kind of fell under the pressure and kind of just gave up and accepted defeat. I'm not going to take any credit from the win away from Frevola, but Frevola did look good. But I just think, like, he got put out cold by Terrence McKinney in 7 seconds. You know, I mean, say what you want, what could have happened if that didn't happen, but it happened. McKinney put him out, and I think McKinney has power, but Azaitar has that one punch out cold. You can never be the same probably again power. Like, McKinney has that power, boom, boom. but he doesn't have that Zaitar one punch. And he got put out by Polo Reyes, rocked badly early by Lando Venado with a head kick. It's weird one with Matt Frevola. I mean, he got out-grappled by Sarukian. No shame there. But then he out-grapples Jalen Turner, and this is where it can... Like, if Jalen Turner fights like a Demir Ismagulov next, or like an Arman Sarukian, then we'll look at this win that Frevola has over him. But I just think Ottman Zaitar gets this one done. I mean, yeah, he's been out for a while. He was originally supposed to fight Frevola back at UFC 257. Poirier McGregor too, but then you know what happened. You know what happened. If I had to been called, that fight had to been called up. It had to been called off, but it's rebooked now. He beat Kama Worthy, who was at the time on a win streak, and he put out Timu. But the way he puts these guys out, like Timu Pekaleyan, puts him out cold, face planted on the canvas. I'm losing my voice here. Be right back. There we go. But yeah, I'm gonna be going with Ottman Zaitar, first round KO. Frevola's too chinny in my opinion. 32 years old. Yeah, I think Zaitar knocks him out with a big right hand. Yeah, we'll see what happens though. Zaitar wins. Moving on, up the card, Andre Petroski versus Wellington Turman. Andre Petroski I got here over Wellington Turman. Yeah, I got Andre Petroski. I just can't jump on the Wellington Turman train too soon yet. I mean, he beat Misha Serkinov, boo-hoo. You beat Misha Serkinov, who's just completely utter dog shit at this point. Yay, he beat Misha Serkinov. Oh, he went to a split decision with Sam Alvey, where he arguably lost that fight. No, let's not forget, he arguably lost that fight. I think Andre Petroski will get early Darce choke win, or Anaconda choke, or whatever he got choke on Nick Maximov. He got Anaconda choke. I'll go first round Anaconda choke for Andre Petroski. I do believe. But he gets put out all the time. Andrew Sanchez put him out. Bruno Silva put him out. And we just seen these guys aren't the best. Especially Bruno Silva. Not the best at all. And I just don't see him winning this one. I just don't trust him. Carl Robertson beat him. I'm going with Andre Petroski. Although Petroski ain't the best, he just submitted maybe you can say that Anaconda choke against Maximov was a fluke. But, Anaconda, he just had a Fury Pro Grappling 5 match against Eric Anders and got an Anaconda there early on as well in round 1. And he's grappled these guys like Phil Hawes. He beat, Michael Gilmore and Yao Zhanghu. But, he's beat those guys in the UFC, but he only lost to Brian Battle, who's pretty good. So, yeah, on the Ultimate Fighter. But, I'm gonna go for him beating Wellington Turman. I think he gets this one done. I bet you people are picking Turman. No, people are picking Petroski. I kind of expected that. But no, I didn't. I kind of expected them picking Turman. Turman's 26, and Petroski's 31. And Turman does train at Teixeira MMA and Fitness, where Pereira trains at, and now Dominic Reyes. But Petroski, I'm going to go from winning this. He trains at Henzo Gracie Philly. I'm picking him to win. First round Anaconda. Moving on. Up the card. Aaron Blanchfield versus Molly McCann. I've been back and forth on this one. I'm going to go... I kind of put the stamp on Blanchfield, though, now. I do believe Blanchfield will win, but... At first, I thought when the fight was signed, Blanchfield would win. But then I kind of realized Blanchfield looked completely shit on the feet against J.J. Aldrich. And it wasn't a good sign. But then I know J.J. Aldrich is kind of underrated on the feet. But I'm going to go Molly McCann. No, I'm not going to go Molly McCann. I'm going to go Aaron Blanchfield here. I think the wrestling will be too much. Like, I rewatched the Laura Procopio fight, or their fight against Laura Fritz, and I rewatched that fight. Early on, I think when around that time, Molly McCann was a decent sized name, but wasn't anything special. But I think now that she has these wickedly good KOs against, like, Hannah Goldie, against Luana Carolina, and that war against Young Kim, where she didn't get a finish, but she had a great fight, and she won. I think now she's going to have so much pressure on her. In MSG, so much pressure will be on her. I'm going to be going for Erin Blanchfield. I think she gets this one done. And, that fight, like, Laura Procopio's good, and she's quite underrated, Laura Procopio. And Tyler Santos, no shame in losing to her. She just had a razor-close fight against Shevchenko. But, I just don't like that look when you're getting, like Casey O'Neill isn't great, and she submitted Laura Procopio. You know? I'm gonna go for Laura. I'm gonna go for what's her name? Erin Blanchfield. And you look at it, Hannah Goldie's shit. Luana Carolina's good, but she's not anything too special. And Lee Young Kim, like, Jocelyn Edwards just had an easy time with her. And McCann kind of struggled in that fight. And Blanchfield, look at her. She beat JJ Aldrich, got a standing guillotine choke. Good win there. But she out-grappled and destroyed Miranda Maverick for 3 rounds. You just seen Maverick just grappled Shayna Young for 3 rounds yesterday. She just grappled her for 3 rounds. You know? I gotta go with, and Maverick's good. You know? So I'm gonna have to take, Erin Blanchfield winning this one, for 3 rounds. Maybe early on she gets rocked badly and it's a big moment, but I think she'll get a takedown at the end of the round. Lose the first round though, but then win the second round, win the third round dominantly, but it doesn't do much damage. And she wins a 29-28 decision. I'll go Blanchfield. Moving on, up the card, Dominic Reyes versus Ryan Spann. Oh, the fights on these cards, man. I'm gonna go with Spann has improved since then, man, because he has improved. He has improved. And he's fought so many times since. He's fought a bit of time since Reyes has fought. But he beat Kutalaba first round guillotine. Easy work. But I think he had a bit of a jump up against Smith too soon. But now he's kind of finding Reyes, like, not really a jump up, but kind of like that middle, like that little bit of that middle jump up, you know. But I think the Walker fight was a bit of fluke. I think he got overexcited. Let's be real, against Walker, and Walker TKO'd him. But he looked really good against Walker, and he's improved since the Sam Alvey fight. He beat Serkinov, lost to Smith, but Smith is actually pretty good himself. I think Spann KOs Reyes early here. I'm going to go for Ryan Spann, I think, because Reyes has been out for so long. 32 years old. Like, I get he's good, and yeah, he lost to Prohaska, who's now the current champ, and he had a good show against Prohaska, but man, time off means a lot. Ring rust does mean a lot, in my opinion. I just don't see him winning this one. I'm going to have to go with, I'm going to have to take, Ryan Spann. Like, he lost to Blachowicz badly, by the way. Broke his nose, got badly, big punch combo from Blachowicz. And it wasn't pillow fist coming in back. It wasn't any pillow fist on Reyes' face. It was hard Polish power. Literally Polish power on Dominic Reyes' face. I sound like Adesanya there now. But yeah, Blachowicz badly put him out. But, yeah, he beat Jones 3-2. Whatever you said, he won that fight. In Reyes versus Blachowicz, Reyes was the champ. Blachowicz was the challenger. It wasn't a vacant title on the line. Shut the hell up now. But yeah, Spann, I think, gets this one done, though. I think Spann gets it done. And yeah, we'll see what happens, though. I'm going Ryan Spann winning this one. First round TKO. Span's chinny, though, against Smith, but I don't know, though. Who wins this? Because he did get put out by a counter. But I think Span's improved more, and I think he's going to push it more when he needs to. He has decent cardio. Like, he did submit Devin Clark with a guillotine in round 2. He is good. I don't even know. If Reyes put him down for counter, like, Smith did it, but Smith has a grappling game where he can work off him on. Reyes Reyes ain't gonna go for a rear naked choke on Span. Don't see that happening. Smith can do that. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go Span KO early, but it's risky. Moving on up the card. Let's just move on from that one. Renato Moicano versus Brad Riddell. I'm gonna go Brad Riddell here, man. I think this is a good fight for him. I'm gonna go for Brad Riddell over Renato Moicano. I like Moicano, and I think Moicano is a good fighter, but against Dos Santos, like, I get it, he took it on short notice, and he showed a decent heart and chin against Dos Santos. Had a good 5th round there as well. And he has been 5 rounds now, but I just don't see this one going well for him. And no one kind of gets, like, at this point, at this time, no one kind of gets dominated by Dos Santos. At this point, you know? At this point. And he lost to Fiziev, KO. And he beat Try Herbert, who's decent, and Alexander Hernandez. He beat both of them, and he beat Damir Hadzovic, but Korean Zombie put him out, Jose Aldo put him out, Fiziev put him out as well. I just don't see this one going well for him. At one point, Moicano was a savage. Like, he beat Tugagov, he beat Jeremy Stevens, close decisions, but he lost to Ortega, oh well, beat Calvin Kattar, beat Cub Swanson, lost to Aldo, but it's Aldo, let's be real, and then lost to Zombie, then moved up to lightweight. I just think that Brad Riddell will get this one done with big shots over the rounds and win by bigger shots and more of the shots. I just think, like, yeah, he lost to Jalen Turner, but it's Jalen Turner. No shame in that loss at all. And even against Fiziev, like, he arguably was winning against Fiziev before the big finish. And yeah, he beat Drew Dober over the 3 rounds. And the shots that he landed on Dober, I think that he's going to KO Moicano with those shots against the cage in, like, round 2 or 3. I could see Moicano giving him problems early, but I think Riddell overall is going to get, like, a 2nd round, 3rd round KO over Moicano, who's kind of gassed. I'm going to go with Riddell, getting this one done. 3rd or 2nd round, or 2nd or 3rd round to KO. Maybe a decision. Moving on. Up the card to the main card. Dan Hooker versus Claudio Puelles. Let me just see how long I've been recording. 23 minutes. This is a long card. I'm going to go Dan Hooker over Claudio Puelles. I think this is Hooker's win, in my opinion. Claudio Puelles is a good fighter, and I do really respect Claudio Puelles. He is a good savage coming up, but you look at his wins, like, he submits Clay Guida, good win, 1st round, but against Chris Gruteschmacher, like, in the 3rd round, you know? Gruteschmacher was on his way to winning that, but he was just dumb, and Gruteschmacher was looking good against him, but then he beat Jordan Levitt, beat Marcos Mariano. I just think I'm gonna trust him to win this one over Dan Hooker. No, I'm not gonna go Claudio Puelles. I'm gonna go Dan Hooker. I'm gonna trust Dan Hooker to win this one. Like, the stand-up of Puelles isn't the best. Like, yeah, Dan Hooker lost to Arnold Allen, but we just seen Allen beat Kattar, technically. But Allen's looking good now, and that fight shouldn't have even been happening. But ignore all the losses recently. Like, he lost to Makhachev, he lost to Chandler, but Makhachev's a beast. He's a champ. He just beat Oliveira, probably will beat Volkanovski as well. But he beat Haqparast, who's good. You know, I think he'll win this one and have like a Dan Hooker performance here. with I can see him landing like a big 1-2 and just rocking Puelles and landing a knee to the body and big shots and putting what's his name out. Puelles out early, and I could see that happening. So I'm gonna go Dan Hooker, winning this one. Puelles can't grapple as well like Makhachev can. Like Puelles, he has to get like a weird scramble to get like those knee bars. I'm gonna trust he can't really grapple offensively. But I'm gonna go trust Dan Hooker winning this one. I'm gonna trust Dan Hooker winning this with a decision win probably, or first round TKO. We'll see. Moving on, up the card, Frankie Edgar versus Chris Gutierrez. I'm going Frankie Edgar here, man. I'm going for the veterans. Frankie Edgar and Dan Hooker. I'm going with Frankie Edgar here over Chris Gutierrez. Like, I'm taking a lot of underdogs on this card. I like Chris Gutierrez. I think he's good. But Dana Baccarel ain't good, man. We kind of found that out. Dana Baccarel isn't good. You know? And we just found out Felipe Colares isn't good as well. You know? Being beaten by Chase Hooper and finished. And now we just seen Steve Garcia melt Chase Hooper in the first round. Like, and he made that fight close. Like, he won it, but close fight. Look good against Andre Ewell. I'll give him that. He looked good there, but Cody Durden, we found out, is pretty decent. But him getting grappled by Cody Durden, you know, what do you think Edgar, a veteran, a former champion's gonna do? You know? Outside of an unranked fighter in Cody Durden, who got put out early by Muhammad Mokaev. I just think I'm gonna trust him to win this one. Like, yeah, he beat Vince Morales, the split decision to Geraldo de Freitas. I just got put out by Hani Barcelos on the Ultimate Fighter, and Durden grappled him. I'm going Edgar, man. His retirement bout, Frankie Edgar, 41 years old, but this is the last one. Looked underrated against Marlon Vera. If you tell me, he could have been arguably winning that fight before the front kick. Whatever you say about the Sandhagen fight, he got flying kneed. I don't want to talk about that. But he should have lost to Pedro Munoz. But he should have lost that fight. But then again, he still had a good showing for his bantamweight debut against Munoz, who at the time was pretty good. You know, like, he got put up by the Zombie. I'm going to pick what's his name to win this one. I'm going to pick Edgar, man. I'm picking Edgar. I think he gets this one done. Chris Gutierrez doesn't have much power in his shots. The leg kicks might be a worry, but I think Edgar can figure that out. And I think he can I think Chris Gutierrez will be hesitant. And unless he does something wild and goes for like a spinning back fist, spinning wheel kicker or something like that, like what Marlon Vera did and what Corey Sandhagen did as well, I think that's how he wins. But I just think Gutierrez is going to lose this and get grappled for 3 rounds. I'm going Frankie Edgar, winning this one. Moving on up the card, Dustin Poirier versus Michael Chandler. I'm going Michael Chandler. I'm taking Michael Chandler. I'm the dark horse here, taking Michael Chandler. Everyone online picking Poirier because they like Poirier. And Poirier is a fan favorite. They're picking Poirier because Poirier beat Conor McGregor, and they're happy he put out McGregor, and people don't like McGregor. Most casuals, anyways. I'm taking Chandler, man. He has more options here, I think. I think Chandler has way more options here than Poirier, and I think that means a lot. Chandler has way more options than Dustin Poirier. And, I get it, Chandler didn't look great against Tony Ferguson, but let's be real. Do you think he expected Ferguson to come out there and land big bombs on him and drop him? I don't think he expected that. And I think he'll expect it here against Dustin Poirier. And maybe Poirier can trick him and go for takedowns, but that just ain't going to happen. Poirier out-grappling Chandler. Chandler's takedown defense is elite. And, if anything, I can see Chandler grappling Poirier here and winning some rounds here. But yeah, he looked good. He got that wicked KO against Ferguson. And before that, after getting dropped, and even if Poirier gets an early knockdown here, He could go for an early KO, but I doubt it. But if he gets an early knockdown here on Chandler, Chandler always had that takedown threat. If this goes into round 3 and Poirier is landing big bombs on Chandler, Chandler has that takedown threat. He has the takedown threat, and Poirier has the guillotine threat, I understand, but Chandler has a small head, small neck. Well, not a short neck, let's be real. I think he'll get out of that quite easily. I'm gonna go for Chandler, man. I'll make an individual breakdown prediction vid for this on Wednesday or Tuesday, but I'm going with Poirier. No, I'm gonna go for Chandler. I'm not going Poirier. I'm going Chandler. I saw Poirier's name, so I just said it, but I'm gonna go for Michael Chandler, man. I'm picking Chandler. I think I'm gonna trust him to win this. And yeah, I think he wins this one. He uses some grappling. He tried using it against Gaethje, and Gaethje got taken down. New version of Gaethje, who has decent takedown defense. What do you think Poirier will do? Poirier got grappled by Alvarez and got wrestled. And he looked good against Oliveira, man. But I think against Gaethje, he could have won that fight, but he threw it away with the big, just walking into the punches in round 3. I think Chandler knows this is the time to fight for the title again. And if he loses this, it's done. I'm going Chandler. I think he wins it. Moving on. Up the card. Carlos Esparza versus Zhang Weili. Or Weili Zhang. I'm gonna be going with Weili Zhang. Easily here. But then again, man. What if Esparza just grapples her? Oh, I hope not. I really hope not. But I would have hoped it more for Adesanya winning again. But, I think Zhang will win. I really do believe so. I mean, Esparza, I just don't think wins it, man. She had a pathetic fight against Rose where she won. Not a good look at all. I just don't like pathetic fights. That's all. I just don't like pathetic fights. Zhang Weili will win, I think. She had a wicked performance against Joanna and Jacek. Insane performance. She looked good before that as well in round 1, taking down Joanna and Jacek. And I think she'll wrestle Esparza early on here. Esparza has no submissions off bottom. She only has a rear naked choke. That's it. And I don't see that being a case at all here. I think round 1, Zhang will grapple her. Take her down. I think she'll take her down in round 1. Round 2, I think she'll grapple with her again. Win the exchanges. Be much stronger than Esparza. Round 3, I think Esparza will shock her if she could take down herself. Win the takedown. Get the takedown. And just hold on in round 3. The whole time on Zhang Weili. Round 4, I think Zhang's going to shoot again. Get the takedown. Win the takedown. Esparza has a guillotine hold, but it's not really working. Round 4 goes to Zhang. Round 5, Zhang lands big shots in the feet. Esparza goes for a takedown. Doesn't get it. Zhang push her up against the cage. Knee, big shots. I think round 5 will be the only striking round. I think the first 4 rounds will be all grappling. I think Zhang will win it 49-46 on all cards. And new champion again. Actually, should be Ann Still. She should have won the rematch against Rose. Moving on up the card to the main event. Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira. This is the time. This is the time. Leg kick spams are gone. They are going to end this weekend. Alex Pereira KOs Israel Adesanya once again. I'm going with Alex Pereira. Man. KO. I think he'll put Izzy out. I think this is it. I'm really hoping, man. I'm not going to do any prayers because I don't want to jinx anything, but I think Pereira wins it, man. And I really so much badly hope he wins. We need a new champ at middleweight. We just need one desperately. I think Pereira gets this one done. I really do believe so. I think all the pressure on Izzy, man. This week, people are gonna freaking ask him so much stuff. Stuff after stuff, about their kickboxing fights. And he is gonna go nuts. And he's gonna be emotional in this fight as well. Pereira's gonna win. Alex Pereira is going to get this one done. I trust him. He looked great against Sean Strickland. Got KO. Easy work. Maybe Strickland was all talk, whatever. He still looked good against Strickland. Not his fault Strickland didn't show up. And, yeah, he had a tough one against Bruno Silva, which makes no sense. Why does Silva have to look good against Pereira, but just tough against... He looks crap and shit against Mearshart. I don't care there, but Pereira still won that fight, first and third round, in my opinion. But, he beat Michailidis, and Michailidis was grappling with him, but if Adesanya grapples, even if he tries, I don't think it'll work. I don't think it will work. I think this is it for Adesanya. This is going to be the end. He's going to get a second loss in MMA. And Pereira's going to KO him. I think. Maybe Adesanya wins round 1 and looks good and it's kind of patient. But Adesanya maybe wins round 1 with more of the shots. And we're all like, not again. But I think round 2, Pereira's going to land Pereira's going to land a body shot. Adesanya's going to crack Pereira. Pereira's kind of stumbled. Adesanya comes in. Big left hand right on that chin of Adesanya. And he goes down. Rocked badly. Another shot. Big right hand afterwards. Puts Adesanya down. And out cold. Man, I will be so happy. And I will blow up in views while I make a meme edit about it. Man, I will be so happy. And I'll have it as my new banner. I don't mind Usman. I don't mind Kamaru Usman. I'll put it as my new banner if that happens. I'm going Peloton. Alex Pereira, new undisputed UFC middleweight champ. Yeah, I hope it happens. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. This is the full card predictions for UFC 281. Adesanya versus Pereira. Yeah, MSG. Can't wait for this card. Yeah, I'm going to be going with everyone here. I'm going to go Pereira. I'm going to go Zhang, Chandler, Edgar, Hooker, Riddell, Span, Blanchfield, Petrosky, Azaitar, Gomez Suarez, Wu Choi. I'm going to go with, Jackson and Nigumrianu. Yeah. Peace.